Hey everyone, I'm Delicia, and thanks for tuning in to another exciting unboxing from Privada Cigar Club. Especially excited this month with all the craziness going on in the world. It's fun to kind of take a time out and focus on something else that is positive, and what's more positive than receiving a beautiful shipment of new cigars. So for a quick overview, in case again there's any of you that are either new to watching my channel or you just haven't heard of Privada Cigar Club, just to kind of reiterate, like I try to do every time I do an unveiling, it's a beautiful club that is an absolutely genius concept. Huge fan of it. I've been a member now for, a few years. They've been around since 2017, and I want to say I joined in somewhere not too far after that. And again, it's been fun watching the club grow and adding just extra things every so often. And it's just, again, been very rewarding, and it's been fun to be part of that journey, as I'm sure a lot of you also have been part of. So again, it's a club, it's $25.99 a month. And with that, you receive limited, rare, aged, special, hard to find, super premium cigars that are, again, delivered right to your door. In the beginning, you jump on, if you've never been on their website or you're new to, looking at exploring membership with them, you fill out a brief little survey that kind of gives a little bit of a background as to what you like. And then from there, you join in on the fun. And then with that, there's been a few additions that, aside from the farm rolled program, which I absolutely love, and I'll get into that shortly because I know there's one inside my shipment. There's also been an addition to the actual overall shop where you can get on and you can actually order those extra sticks. So I know there's a handful of you that maybe you watch my weekly top fives, and so pretty often I add in, one of the cigars maybe from a recent shipment, and there's the comments sometimes from people that are like, it's not fair, I'm not a member and I'd like to just try that cigar. So now you can actually jump onto their website, you can click on shop, and you can explore some different options for ordering either individual sticks, or even in some cases when they have the supply, you can get a whole box of a particular cigar that maybe you were interested in, or you had one in your shipment and you wanted more. I've had that happen quite a few times, and I love that feature. So the idea with that is, again, it's kind of a smaller menu and just better prices. So again, comparing, not even comparing, but just kind of giving a different option if you're somebody that likes to shop on, let's say, Cigars International or any of the other various online sites. That if you're shopping through Privada Cigar Club, that it's the same eyeballs and the same people that are going out there and picking out these lovely, cigars that are coming right to your door. They're also expanding on that shop itself. So you're not just getting, unhumidified cigars or anything that's anything less than just top notch. So again, I'm a huge fan of that, and I always like to pass on, any extra feedback, any knowledge that I've come across, so I can share it with all of you, and hopefully, you appreciate that like I do. Again, the favorite part of the shipment, aside from the beautiful cigars, are the lovely write-ups that accompany them. And so without further ado, let me just go ahead and get into this month's box. So, also, I am smoking the Espinosa Habano Gold Band Lancero. It had this little ribbon foot band that I took off. This one I did have on a weekly top 5. And so again, for those of you who saw that and maybe you're not a member and you were like, how do I get that cigar? Because I can't find it in my brick and mortar. You can jump onto, again, PrivadaCigarClub.com, and you can click on the shop button and you can search for those individual cigars, or again, sometimes boxes of them if they have them in stock. So I was extra excited this month because, again, with all the just craziness that's happening in the world, it's just nice to get something positive, coming across the door and all that. So I will start actually backwards, and I'm going to do my farm rolled first. So again, love this feature. This one is an add-on that I believe you can add a few of them onto your monthly subscription, and you can also jump on if you're not a member. If you're a member, you add it on for $20 and you get 4 unbanded, incredibly wonderful, farm fresh cigars basically coming right to your door. And it's for that $20 that you can add on to your current membership. Now, if you're not a member, you can still pay the $20, but then I think you pay it's a $5 shipping for that. So again, if you're still on the fence and you're not quite sure about becoming a member, you can still take part in the Farm World fun. Farm World fun. So here we go. Let's see what's in this time's shipment. And of course, I always say it, you want to make sure that those nice Boveda packs are in any online order that you may do, because if they're not, you should send it back. I love Boveda. And so this time we have the Privada Farm Rolled Farm Factory Home. And so factory spotlight is La Zona. Hey, oddly enough, guess where this Lancero comes from? So La Zona, Esteli, Nicaragua, La Zona factory is where most of Espinosa cigars are made. The factory also produces cigars for Moya Ruiz, Cornelius and Anthony, Cuba Riqueño Cigar Company, makers of Protocol, Arandosa Cigars, La Sirena, Pier 28, Catelli Cigar Company. Dang, I haven't heard anyone talk about Catelli. I love Catelli cigars, by the way. Blast from the past right there. Eric Espinosa is the owner of the factory along with his son, Eric Jr., who, by the way, makes like the best Cuban coffee ever. La Zona currently has a team of Cuban-style rollers who employ a style of rolling called entubado or entubar. This is a technique that involves each leaf being rolled into a small tubular shape. This technique is choice because of airflow and burn. They also use the traditional Cuban triple cap. Look for 3 rings on the cap. Eric has employed every tradition and chooses the finest tobaccos to work with. When you meet Espinosa, you get the idea very quickly that he likes to do things the right way and has pride in his products. Yes, absolutely. All right. So really quick on these. Again, you get a brief write-up as far as the individual cigars are concerned. However, the difference that you'll notice if you're new to the farm rolled idea is that basically they're cutting out the middleman. So they're passing along the savings essentially to all of us in that Brian more or less goes out and finds these different factories, different farms that he can work with directly now that he's probably increased, I would imagine the volume of cigars that he's ordering. He is able to, again, just cut out the middle guy, and which means you're getting an unbanded, unnamed cigar, if you will, but because he's giving you basically the information that you would need to figure out what cigar it is, what factory it's coming from, the information about the blend, the tasting notes. So again, it's more really for super cigar geeks that just love cigars and love to try different things and don't necessarily care so much about, posting different pictures with bands and things like that. You can still, however, let me rephrase that, you can still definitely post your pictures of your farm rolled cigars using the hashtag from the factory, of course, and Privada Cigar Club. We are Privada, which I love the hashtag. Now here we go. So we have, I never know which one is which, but let me just kind of take a look here. So first one, Habano, I'm going to guess it's this one here. Undisclosed Nicaraguan 5x52 Habano. So tasting notes are leather, black pepper, cocoa, vanilla, and berry. Says good for afternoon time. That sounds delicious, actually. Second, I'm going to guess is this guy right here based on the size. Oh, this looks beautifully aged and my kind of wrapper right here. Look at that. That is gorgeous. La Zona Factory, Nicaragua, 4x52 Connecticut broadleaf. Flavor right there all day long. Wood cream, cinnamon, coffee, and black pepper, evening, afternoon smoke. Yeah, this is going to become a coffee cigar right here for me. I can tell you that right now. And then we have this Diadema Cigars de Honduras, SA, 5x50 Corojo, leather, earth, nuts, wood, and bread, evening or afternoon smoke. And then this one here, which is a 6x50 Habano Maduro from Tabsa in Nicaragua, leather, black pepper, chocolate, and herbs, perfect for evening or afternoon. So there you have it. I will be smoking these and enjoying these very soon. And again, one of the things I love about receiving my Privada Cigar Club order is, unlike some, these are ready to smoke right now. So whether you choose to you know, put them in your humidor and save them, or light one up right away and smoke it. Either one will work just fine. So, and that's thank you again to having somebody who loves cigars and loves what they're doing and takes a lot of pride in the passion of making sure that the cigars that he is sending out are cigars that we're all going to love and turn around and, you know, post about and use the hashtags and all that, which is cool. You can't really top that. So now I've heard really good things about this cigar that I kind of cheated this time, and I know that it's in here. Normally I just do everything blind, which is fun, which I still am, but I just happen to know that there's one very special cigar in here. Well, there's 3 very special cigars in here, but woohoo, one that I've heard a lot about. And here's my lovely Boveda, of course. And so we have these 3 beautiful, beautiful cigars. Ooh, this one is very cool. Okay, so this one here is the one I was talking about. So I'm going to start with that one. So the HVC 500 limited edition, 4.5 by 52 short Robusto, which is a Privada Cigar Club exclusive. Now, who doesn't love that? So solo miembros, members only. I have to admit, I feel like a boss for this one. According to some, this was the best, or at least one of the best cigars of 2019. See, I told you it was special. It won Limited Cigar of the Year. It took home several positions in some of the top 25 lists as well. People went nuts over it. So when Rainier, the owner of HVC, asked if he could produce a short Robusto for this club, of course I said yes. If you have been in the club a while now, you know about Rainier. He's a Cuban-born scientist turned cigar maker with the voice of a villain and the heart of gold. That's awesome. Truly the nicest person I've met in this business. He's got a bunch of great cigars in his lineup, but this one right here, this takes the cake. This cigar was developed to commemorate the 500th anniversary of Cuba, so it's no wonder why this cigar is possibly the closest thing to a New World Cuban you could ever find. All the American smokers want this experience when they smoke a Cuban cigar, but most are left wanting more, to say the least. It's like a Cuban cigar on steroids. The draw ranges from good to firm, but ironically, the firmer draw samples I smoked were even more enjoyable, not typical. Not for me, at least. And the size, I mean, if there is a top 3 list of sizes for me, the short Robusto is on the list. It's enough for a sitting, but leaves you wanting more. It's like a weekend getaway versus an entire vacation. I love that analogy. Sometimes shorter is better. No one will ever have this cigar that is not a member, and I doubt I have enough to sell. Also, the wrapper is extremely delicate. Only pull the band off when you absolutely have to. Okay, so you guys heard that. So the very delicate wrapper, I would imagine, with some nice age to it. I'm very excited about smoking this one. In fact, I'll probably do a review of this one to share with anyone who either doesn't have it or is not a member yet or something. But just to kind of, I don't know, I'm just excited about it. So tasting notes: sweet hay honey on the body, toasted cereal on the foot, dried apricots, hay, and saltiness on the cold draw. The cigar starts out with sweet cereal, toast, cream, honey, espresso, leather, and a perfect retro with just enough kick. Sweet cream, honey, cereal, herbs, leather, and pepper envelope the palate and create bliss. In the second third, it becomes even more creamy and the floral notes burst. I also start to get mesquite, charcoal, and more leather with espresso or black coffee and a faint citrus rind as a phantom flavor. Brian's so fancy. I love his descriptions. It's salty, savory, woody, creamy, and floral. The leather is gorgeous. Wow, wow, wow. Toasted bread, salt, wood, and spice along with cream and cereal finish this bad boy out. HBC is a threat. If they keep this up, they may take over our industry. I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm a huge cereal person. In fact, if I had to choose like a last meal, cereal would probably be close to it, which is super weird, but that made me excited to read that it has a toasted cereal thing. Anyways, don't judge. I like cereal. So pairing notes, any bourbon, almost any beer except IPA, Jack Daniels all the way, cognac and rum, of course. There really is not much I would not try with this, but you don't want to kill any of this flavor. So stay away from tart, sour, or bitter things. Café con leche, coffee with cream and sugar all day. After steak, Mexican or most Asian cuisines. After an ice cream sundae with vanilla ice cream and chocolate fudge with peanuts. Show some love to HVC Cigars on Instagram. That's at HVC Cigars for doing this for us. HVC is one of us. Hashtag we are Privada. So make sure you post pictures if you have this, tag them. I will do the same. I'm, again, very excited about this. I'll have to find somewhere special to smoke this. Okay, so I think this was supposed to be the last one, and I always do that. But let me go back before I read the end footnotes on the other page there. So let's do this Blackbird. So I like Blackbird a lot. They've really surprised me with a lot of their cigars that I've smoked. So super excited. I have not smoked this Idalia. So Blackbird Cigar Company, Idalia 108. Bam! Back at it again. Blackbird Cigar Company, the company that brought us the Fast Eddie and the Rio, which the Rio, by the way, was fantastic. Sorry, smoking break. Now have a new cigar they have blessed us with. This is the pre-release version of the cigar. Only 10,000 were made, and we have most of that in stock. Nice. You should see this on shelves one day, but soon, but the brand will change. The cigar is named after the grandmother of the two brothers that started the company. Oh, that's awesome. She lived to be 108 years old and smoked at least one cigar every single day of her life. Boom. And I love when people share facts like that because I hate hearing the whole, cigars are bad for you. Yeah, 108 years old, smoking a cigar every day. That's fantastic. Stories like this are why I started the club. Before we came along, it was very hard for brands to tell their stories. Thanks to you and the rest of us, this is no longer the case. The cigar is a 6x54 box press Toro. The wrapper is Mexican San Andres, yes, over a Brazilian binder and Dominican and Nicaraguan fillers. The company says the Dominican tobaccos were grown by Hochi Blanco. The cap style is a hybrid of sorts. It's almost like a regular shaped cigar, parejo, but it has characteristics of a belicoso. Nice. Either way, the thing looks great, so let's get down to it. Tasting notes. I have to tell you, it reminds me of a black leather belt I bought on the body. There is also some barnyard. The foot smells of wood and leather. The cold draw is almond, herbs, and leather. Man, the leather is pronounced. Upon lighting, I am met with leather, charred woods, and slight pepper. The retro is smooth yet spicy with slight black pepper. There are breads, cream, and cocoa, and the pepper exchanges black for red pepper every few puffs. That's nice. There's earthiness and faint sweetness. Once we get going, there is that luxurious leather we found on the body of the cigar with cream, earth, pepper, and subtle vanilla. The cigar is really smooth at this point. If I'm being honest, it's really hard to pull out each flavor individually. This element is known as balance. This cigar truly is balanced. Nothing is fighting with anything. It's all there if you look for it, but it doesn't flex in any one area. Chocolate, cream, dried herbs, spice, and breads are what I get the most of in the second third. In the final third, I get some variation. I get this menthol cocoa thing at times, which I would describe as mint chocolate chip. It's herbal and minerally. Earth, cola, slight pepper, and more of that cream. I have to say this cigar is well balanced. This is something I have not seen a lot of lately. It's something to be recognized in our further education of the leaf. That's a very nice way to describe balanced, and really that's what a lot of cigars lack, in my opinion. So I'm excited to smoke that one. Pairing notes. Islay Scotch, Spanish red wine, nothing too heavy. Aged brown rum, medium roast coffee, Pilsner or light beer. Boston cream donut, donuts of any kind, funnel cake, any white cakes like Angel's Food, Pistachios, buttered popcorn, after sushi or rice and beans Caribbean style. Don't overpower this cigar with anything too strong on the palate. Shout out to @Blackbird Cigar on Instagram for selling us these. I never met her, but I bet Idalia would have loved one of these. Rest in peace. That's a beautiful story. I'm excited to smoke that one. I'm always excited. I'm pretty easy to entertain. Okay, so last but not least, this is really cool. So an archive cigars, Japan Highland Maduro, aged 4 years. This is cool with the Japanese lettering on here, and I don't know if I've talked about it before, but I don't know if I've shared it too often. But I have 2 older brothers, one of which lives in Japan. So I have niece and nephew and sister-in-law and brother that have lived in Japan now for, he's been out there for, I think, 15 years, so a long time. Every so often he comes out, but of course he gets his hands on some really cool stuff being out that way. So of course, automatically I saw this, I'm gonna have to send him a picture, and yeah, this is really cool. Near and dear to my heart. So let's hear the story on this one. I have never seen this, by the way. One day I got a call from a guy named Chris. He asked me if I wanted to open a division of the club in Japan. He said that people in Japan were talking about the club, as we do have a few members there. We discussed business, but in the end of the conversation, I really didn't see why we needed a central hub in Japan. The laws there are disastrous. If you want to go to a bar and smoke a cigar, you can expect to spend about $50 minimum. Yeah, definitely. My brother says the same thing. Also, I forgot to mention this in the beginning of the video, so sorry to pause and interrupt, but I did get this question, or I do get this question often on Instagram and also on the YouTube videos. Just to reiterate, Privada Cigar Club does ship worldwide. So in case you're watching this video and you're wondering or you weren't sure, definitely check them out, and chances are you will be able to receive your shipment no problem. But that's something I wanted to bring up because not everybody does that. There's a lot of red tape sometimes to get through when you're doing international shipping, and so I wanted to just reiterate that because that is a really cool perk that is offered. So back to the cigar. We did discuss a whiskey group club that he is involved with. As you may know, Japanese people are and have been making whiskey for quite a long time. Their whiskey tends to be more Scotch. Their whiskey tends to be more Scotch-like with many nuances and balance. Great stuff. Yes, it is. So he and some relatives, as well as business associates, basically go out and buy barrels from distillers all over the world. They also started importing cigars from factories in Honduras, Nicaragua, Cuba, and Dominican Republic. A few of them like to travel to these locations, as well as Tennessee, Kentucky, and of course, Scotland, collecting whiskey and cigars for their private club. That sounds like a really cool club to join. They even have their own band and name for the cigars, Archive. Apparently this is what the Japanese letters translate to on the band. Okay, so one issue they have that they hoped we could help with is its inventory. See, when you buy from factories, you can't just go there and say, I'll take 200 of this and 300 of that. It's more like take it all or leave it all. And all could mean 10 to 20,000 cigars. Wow. They carefully select cigars for whiskey pairings. This is a Maduro from Honduras. It has Dominican and Honduran tobacco. It's roughly 6x50. The wrapper is Mexican San Andres, while the binder is Brazilian, and the fillers are Dominican, Honduran, and Nicaraguan. Wow, sounds like a really nice blend. It comes from a prestigious factory in Honduras where about 11,000 of them have been sitting for 4 years now. Nice. They would not tell us what cigar this was, only that it had been very popular about 4 years ago. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can figure that out. Let's see. Archive wanted 5,000 and asked us to take the rest. After assessing the situation and realizing how cool this opportunity was, I took the remaining cigars. They call this the Highland Maduro. They believe it is a perfect Maduro to pair scotches from the Highland and Japan with. How lucky are we to get these? Break out your Highland scotch and let's go. That's awesome. What a cool story. Again, just another emphasis on the point of like the cigars that you're getting, you can't get them elsewhere. And they're not just like weird random cigars. They are really cool backstory, you know, bragging rights kind of thing. So I'm excited. I'm excited about all three of these cigars. Dang, that's awesome. Okay, so tasting notes. On the body, I get leather, pretzel, and some barnyard. The foot smells like roasted peanuts. First puff is chocolate, herbs, and black pepper. The retro is perfect. The smoke is hard to describe. I will not call it creamy, but it isn't oily or powdery either. It's actually kind of perfect as well. The cigar becomes more herbal and savory like salted peanuts or roasted peanut shells. After the first third, it starts to settle, becoming more balanced, and then boom, you get a hit with floral notes that are a dream. I also get espresso and a sharp cedar. This thing is really balanced in the second half. The retro is possibly my favorite of this bunch. It reminds me of wasabi or mustard seed spice. Now the chocolate comes back along with breads and earth. What a dynamic cigar. This thing keeps changing. In the end, it all comes together in perfect harmony. Wow. Pairing notes, Highland Scotch. After a burger and fries, no wine, bourbon will do. Hershey's 20 minutes before. Anything chocolate. Awesome stick. Hashtag we are Privada. And then the bottom here, it says the hookup. We are Privada. This rings true. Each comment, each like, each share, and repost creates a positive change in our community. And with all of that positivity, I am able to go out and get us deals that are unheard of. With that, Pier 28 Cigars has made us an exclusive cigar. Oh, nice. Ooh, it's a box press Lonsdale Maduro. I mean, it's like they're after my heart. It is chocolatey and enjoyable. Their cigars typically sell in the $8 range, but because they love how much you represent the brands in our club, we can sell this at our shop as our shop cigar for $6 while supplies last. That's a steal, by the way, because I've smoked a few of the Pier 28 cigars, and they're great. Again, they're made over at Espinosa's Cigar Factory. But a Lonsdale Maduro, yeah, count me in. That is very exciting. And let's see, so be sure, okay, so please like, share, and most importantly, comment anywhere you see your club. This is what allows me to get us hooked up. We love all you guys and gals and hope to hear from you by email or direct message anytime. Your support is my driving force. Thank you, hashtag we are Privada. And then this is cool also. So we are giving away boxes. Post a picture on Instagram of your monthly box with the Privada logo, and you may just win a free box. This is for the month of June into July. We pick a winner on July 10th. So make sure you're on Instagram, make sure you're using all those hashtags, especially the hashtag we are Privada. And it's very easy. Post a picture of your box or your bag that has the logo, or and/or cigars with that picture, and you can enter to win a box, which makes a cool gift, especially again, birthdays, just random gifts for out of love. This is a great thing. So I'm very excited. Again, all three of these cigars sound amazing, and this is probably the first time that I have not smoked any of these cigars before. So again, you may expect to see a review at least on 2 out of 3, because this third one, I may just have to order more and send one to each of my brothers, because what we do, like a group FaceTime call where we smoke a cigar and drink some whiskey, and this one being super appropriate for, being that one of my brothers is over in Japan. This is very cool. So I'm so excited. And again, if you are not yet a member, don't wait, because as I mentioned on the last unboxing video, they will be at some point closing off the club for new members. So don't hesitate. It's a great program. It's super affordable, especially considering what you get and the fact that it comes right to your door. You can definitely add the farm rolled cigars. Those are a great price, and really good cigars. And then I love the feature again that you can go on now and you can shop individual sticks that you might want to add that you have maybe received and really liked, or ones that you might want to try. You can also buy them by the box, and it's definitely pricing wise a better value to go through Privada Cigar Club. So again, thanks for all of you who chime in and watch and leave your beautiful comments and all of that. And thank you guys for the support also on Instagram. Again, it's kind of been reiterated, but with all those different posts and those hashtags, it really allows the benefits to come all the way full circle back to all of us that are, part of this club. So thank you all, and I can't wait to see you soon. Cheers, and stay safe.